Okay, let's try something different.
Welcome back to another video on Randomly Trash with your host, Commander Trasher. That's me. Now, I just did a video, so I'm gonna be doing 2 videos back to back. Just gonna be, back to back, and then I'm gonna upload them. So most likely they'll probably either pop up at the same time or within a couple minutes between the 2. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, because I'm just gonna edit it real quick. Well, not edit it, but like, put my little intro in, put that video on there, and that's it. Like I said in my last video, I don't do edits. I don't mess with that kind of stuff. Maybe one of these days, if I get somebody that knows how to do it, or if I study it and, get a good editing software, I might do some editing and make my videos kind of like have pop-up stuff and, some weird stuff going on. And every time I talk, like, just put some weird things going on and all that kind of good stuff for you guys. And probably even, put up some videos of me gaming and stuff like that on my computer while I vape and talk about vapes and stuff like that. So today we're going to be talking about steeping in this video. So pretty much steeping is when you take a vape. For that matter, let's talk about this one real quick. I spoke about this in my last video. This is a 3-nic bottle. I haven't vaped on nicotine in a long time, but I've, did it for today just for a little bit. I kind of needed the nicotine. I haven't had it in a while, and I just felt like I really needed it today. Today was a really long day, so I had to get some nicotine in. Now, definitely the way to steep, as you can see, a lot of, bottles come with the juice kind of like clearish, or, most of the time it comes clear. It's very rare that it comes, colored, depending on the juice. Sometimes some of them come colored, but some of them come clear. And this one, if I'm not mistaken, it did come pretty clear. And as you can see, it got kind of like a yellowish color. On my side, it kind of looks a little more yellow than it does in the screen, but it's kind of a yellowish color, maybe a little bit brownish, almost a little bit. And pretty much the reason for that is because I steeped it. And the way I steeped it and how you steep things is you take the bottle, right? And you open up the top, like you take off the top part, the whatever it comes on it, just take it off and stick it in a dark place, box, a drawer, something that, where it won't spill either. Be smart about it. And you stick it in there, standing up, and every day you just squeeze a little bit of air into it and let the old air come out. And then, I didn't really do this every day, to be honest. I did this once in a while. Every time I looked into my drawer, because I actually found this in one of my drawers, I would just, once in a while randomly look in there. Oh, snap, look at what's in here. And I'll squeeze the bottle and then just leave it back in there. And what it does is pretty much it enhances the flavor, especially with cake, pastries, stuff like that. You need to steep it, because if sometimes they come non-steeped, some companies make the bottles, make the juices pre-steeped, and sometimes you might still want to steep it a little while longer anyway, just in case. But sometimes they don't come pre-steeped, and what happens is you vape on it and it just tastes disgusting. It doesn't taste like the flavor it says. Like this one's caramel cheesecake. When I first got this, oh, holy cow, did it taste nasty. It did not taste no caramel cheesecake. It smelled like it, but it did not taste like it. Now I've tasted it, and that's what I'm actually vaping on right now in this. And, I love it. It tastes great. It doesn't, I have no problems with it. I mean, besides the nicotine factor, I would definitely give this a 5. If it had 0 nicotine, I know I would give it a 5 automatically. Really, I give it a 4 right now because of the nicotine part, because it gives me kind of like a little throw hit, but that's not, that's not the juice's fault. That's just because I got it in nicotine. But overall, this thing tastes amazing. So that's why I would just give it a 5 in general. At first, when I first tried it, I would give it like a 1 or a 0. It just did not taste good whatsoever. But now it tastes great. So, that's what happens when you steep it. It's like wine. When you actually put wine in a cellar, you don't have to open it, obviously, but if you put it in a cellar, it's in a dark place, stays there for years and years and years, and then out of nowhere you have it a couple years later and the shit tastes like amazing. All the true flavors come out of it, the true berryness and everything comes out for real, and you actually taste the real flavor, what it's really supposed to taste like. Well, that's pretty much the same thing with vaping. And when that's what they call steeping. So steep your juices. If you want the real flavor to come out, if you try the flavor and you feel like the real flavor is not what it says it is, and you may think, hey, I bought this flavor and I thought it may taste good because, I normally would like that kind of flavor and it didn't really taste good. That's because of the factor that it wasn't steeped, or you didn't steep it. Steep it for a little while. There is a chart. I'm gonna try to find the chart and maybe I can post it in the description. Well, not the whole thing, but a link to where you can find the chart at. And it's like a chart that says like chocolate vapes are like this amount of time, or cake vapes are this amount of time, and it tells you how many weeks that you should be steeping this stuff for. Most of the time, the longest I think I've ever seen something needs to be steeped is about 2 months. That's to my understanding. And, so, I mean, of course, nobody really wants to steep their thing for 2 months. But I mean, if you have other vapes to vape on, other flavors, just vape on that on for the time being. And then maybe 2 months later, you go back into that drawer or that box or wherever you have it at, and it also makes it faster when you have it open. If you have it closed, you can keep it closed and put it in there and it still does the same thing. But if you have it open, it actually enhances it and it makes it faster when you squeeze and then put it back, and do that repetitively every day. It makes it faster, so you won't actually be there for 2 months waiting for your stuff to come back and tasting real nice. But there is times where that happens, where it does take a while, and like I said, vape on other stuff. Just vape on something else for the time being, at least. That way you can get the true flavor of what your juice really supposed to taste like, especially if it's a pastry or like a chocolate, or stuff like along those lines that are very, very sweet, sugary vapes. Because a lot of times you're mostly getting all the sugar and the syrup in one shot. You're not really getting the real flavor of what it's supposed to taste like. Now, like I told you before, I don't really like sweet vapes normally, and it's true, I don't. And I'm surprised that I even tried this today. I just figured, I wanted something with nicotine, and that's the only thing I have right now. So I said, you know what, screw it, let me try it and see what it tastes like. And I've been steeping it for, wow, probably like 4 or 5 months, because that was the last time I had nicotine. So I just said, fuck it, let me try it. And I tried it and it's great. It's in here right now. Definitely great. I like the flavor a lot. I definitely recommend it. But like I said, what I do recommend, steep it. So definitely, I want you guys to know what steeping was. That's why I did this little small video. I mean, it's not really small because I'm already at 8 minutes, so it's kind of long, but that's because I'm babbling a lot. It's pretty simple. Steeping is just putting it in a dark place. That I know of, I think there's two types of steeping. There's one in a dark place, one in a light place, but I do the dark one. You put it in a dark place, open up the bottle, squeeze every so often, let some new air come in, and then maybe a month later, 2 months later, hopefully just a month later, you can vape on that good stuff and it'll taste exactly like it's supposed to. Now if it doesn't, then that's not the juice's fault, that's the company's fault. And that's me being straight up honest with you. That's the company's fault, that's not the juice. But I know this company that made this juice. They make great juice, and I will put a link in the description where you can get those juices at for that company. And definitely, steep your stuff. It'll taste better. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed it, like down below, comment, subscribe, whatever. Let your friends know about me. Watch my videos. Watch it till the end. For those of you who are watching till the end all the time, I thank you guys so much, because to be honest, I've looked at my dashboard and I can see that people don't watch my whole videos. They watch like a minute 2 minutes of my video, to be honest. Nobody really watches my full video. It's a long video. Nobody really wants to watch that long. So, but thank you for watching. Subscribe. Keep on vaping on. And I'll catch you next time on Randomly Trashed.